What's going on, guys? Rob with 3STRONG. Today we're bringing the box out. We're going to do some box jumps. In another one of my videos called How to Jump Without Killing Your Knees, I talk about the basic mechanics of jumping, but that was just a jump squat. That was just getting set up, down, jumping up, and then cushioning that landing. Well, as we're doing that, we actually, obviously we travel some distance, and then we come back down to the ground. With this box jump, now we have a target. Now we have to reach a certain height, and this somewhat changes the mechanics of the jump. Not from the bottom, but actually from the top. You'll notice that if you have something to jump onto, I need to quickly tuck my knees up, get my feet up, and that engages the abs a little bit more and gets you working a little bit harder. However, the mechanics are going to be the same. We're still going to load the hips, slight bend in the knees, load the hips, and quickly jump, tuck those knees to get on that box, and then stand back up and have you step down. I'll go into why it's a little bit better to step down than to jump. So, down, drive up, tuck those knees, soft landing, and then step back down. So as we're doing this, and if we start to go a little bit faster, what sometimes happens is people will go up and down on the box nice and quickly. If you are doing box jumps for speed, I would only recommend that if you are doing a very low box and you're able to do bounding or tuck jumps and things like that, because that puts a very large stress on your Achilles tendons, and if you are not conditioned for it, you can actually rupture that tendon. And so, not to instill fear in you guys, but it can happen, and you don't want that to happen. So if you're not used to doing a lot of jumps and a lot of bounding where you're on your toes and doing high level plyometrics is what it's called, then I would definitely recommend that if you're going to do box jumps, step down. Focus on the way up. It's the same thing with the plane. The plane crash is only bad once the plane hits the ground. Everything's fine in the air. That's the worst thing about the plane crash, is smacking into the ground. So once you're up in the air and getting onto that box, everything is fine. It's once we come back down, we can put a little bit more pressure on our knees and ankles than we would like. So just to play it safe, focus on getting up to that box and then stepping down to save everything. Another important point is that we want to keep the mechanics of the landing just as solid and in good alignment as our squat. So we don't want this knock-knee position here. When you get up on that box, be sure that you're keeping that alignment with the knees and you're not letting the knees crash in like that. Okay? Jump up, soft landing, keeping those knees in alignment over the feet. Okay. Another thing I will bring up is that since the box jump, you really want to get that full extension on the way up. What ends up happening is that if you have a box that's a little bit higher than what you're comfortable with, or say you can jump on the box, people will sometimes cut it short, meaning they won't fully extend and they'll just focus on getting the knees up onto the box. So if I have a taller box like this, which is 30 inches, and I get up on that box, I should be able to comfortably extend, fully extend up, get a little bit of hang time, and then land on that box. You don't want to do this. Notice how I don't get as high? I'm purely focused on getting my knees up. You want to be able to extend, get as much height as possible, and then pick those knees up. So pick a height that you can comfortably get onto if you're going to do repeated jumps. So be sure that you can get up on that box. Sorry, I got a little bit too much power. Fully extend and not cut it short. Full extension on those jumps to really work those glutes and hamstrings. Okay, guys, that is the box jump. Play it safe, be smart, but you know what? Have fun with it. I'll see you guys tomorrow.